Kia ora e hoa ma.
Ko Rachel toku ingoa.
Me ko Kane aho.
And this is how we STEM. I'm an associate research technologist.
And I'm a technical graduate.
We both work at Fonterra. You know, the place that takes milk from cows and turns it into delicious, nutritious dairy products for communities all over the world to enjoy.
Do you like food? Well, we love it. And our jobs mean we get to work with food all day.
Dreaming up new ideas, researching things, playing in the lab with ingredients, and taste testing are all in a day's work for us. I'm personally a big fan of our sensory sessions, where we get to taste things made with dairy products like croissants, pizzas, egg tarts, and cheesecakes. It's a hard job, but someone's got to do it.
Working in STEM also gives us the opportunity to travel the country, learn new things from some really clever people, and figure out how things work, or don't.
I mostly work on new product development, like long-life cream for whipping and baking in restaurants and cafes across the world.
I'm currently part of the Fonterra Graduate Technical Program. It's all about developing the next generation of dairy experts. And I'm lucky that we have some of the world's best and brightest here to learn from, like other technologists, scientists and engineers.
But also marketing pros, world-class chefs and manufacturers.
People at Fonterra come from all types of backgrounds.
And there's a real mix of experience levels, with some at the beginning of their career, some with nearly 50 years of practice behind them, and everything in between. One of my favourites has got to be trying to make egg-free cakes that were just as awesome as regular cakes. We used a special form of protein found in dairy products to replace the egg and had to do a bunch of trial and error to get it right. This meant baking and evaluating lots of different cakes to see how they turned out. And of course, taste testing each one. I'm a huge fan of baking, so it was great that this project allowed me to combine one of my hobbies with my mahi.
As part of the Graduate Technical Program, I'm working on a master's level research project. It's all about developing a new cream cheese product. I spend lots of time planning and researching, but also get to play with ingredients in the lab, work on different cream cheese formulations, and do a fair share of taste testing. The best part is I'm working on something that hasn't been done before, so I can be creative and experimental and eventually come up with a brand new product.
When I was younger, I thought STEM was mysterious and full of people wearing lab coats.
STEM scared me a little, especially since we used to spend hours copying from a textbook in science class.
Thankfully, my parents both worked in STEM, so I got to see firsthand how awesome STEM jobs could be. They also encouraged me to be curious and explore my interest in science. I remember doing fun experiments at home, like seeing which M&M colours spread through water fastest. It's red, by the way. Then, when I was at intermediate, we did a couple of science fair projects. In my second year, I was chosen to represent my school in the Manawatu Science and Technology Fair. This was when I realised I was pretty good at science. So I was stoked that by the time I got to college, there were a bunch more science classes for me to explore. I still think STEM is a bit mysterious, but part of the joy of science is figuring out things you can't explain. Plus, I think my lab coat is pretty cool.
All it took to make STEM less scary for me was saying bye-bye to the textbooks and getting into hands-on experiments. Then I was hooked. I now see that STEM isn't just about research and theory. It's about figuring out how the world around us works and then going on to make it a better place.
The most important thing is to stay curious and persevere. Things don't always go to plan in STEM, which can sometimes be disheartening. But if you're curious about how things work or have ideas on how to improve them, you'll go a really long way.
For me, it's all about pushing your boundaries and being yourself. Your uniqueness is what makes you special and will be an asset to any project you work on.
There is and always will be demand for up-and-comers with a passion for STEM.
So, if you stick with STEM, you'll have a pretty sweat future.
Take it from us.